Hey Aries, it's Rose from Sacred Waters Tarot, here to bring you a timeless reading for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, and of course my cross watchers of Aries cross watchers. You know the drill around here, especially if you are subscribed to my channel. You can find out a lot of information about Aries, about your person, especially if there's limited contact, no communication at all, or ghosting going on between you and Aries. Just keep in mind this is a general reading for the sign of Aries. Not everything I say will resonate with all of you. Only take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else, and go on about the reading. Now, with that being said, if this channel has found you, if my channel has found you, welcome to my channel. Please consider subscribing. Please like, please share with a loved one. Comment below, guys. I do love to hear from you. Let me know how this resonates with you and your situation. If you do not want to comment, please consider leaving me your favorite emoji. Okay, guys, in the comment section, you'll find pinned to the top all the ways to book a personal reading with me. I cannot speak today. Please excuse me. And I would love to hear from you and read for you. Now let's get into your timeless reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers of Aries. My fiery little Aries babies. Let's see what's going on in Aries land. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers of Aries. Spirit, what are the messages for my beautiful Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers of Aries. Okay, let's get into your reading. Let's see what's going down in Ariesville. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers. So in the recent past regarding your current energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but doesn't have to be, it looks like you've been balancing life, going with the current, going with the flow, kind of, being able to multitask and get your days done properly, whether this is work or relationship or just life in general. It was rocky for you in the past, in the distant past, because I see the waves here behind you. But it looks like you've mastered that type of, you're able to juggle, you're able to get through situations where things might be tough or things might get turbulent, but you seem to handle it well just by being balanced. So this is a very grounded, balanced energy. So I like to see that in the recent past. Let's see what's going on in your current energy. Ooh, the moon, strong sign of Cancer and Pisces. Okay, mostly Cancer, but can be Pisces moon as well. Maybe you have Pisces moon, or maybe you're involved with someone who has Pisces moon, or maybe you have Cancer sun and you're watching for your Aries rising or Aries moon. But the moon speaks of mystery, the unknown, working with the moon cycles, the divine feminine. So we have a divine feminine energy here. So whether you're a masculine or a feminine, it doesn't matter right now. But I see the divine feminine energy. What I'm getting is that maybe you're starting to work with the moon. Maybe you're starting to receive like psychic downloads in your dreams. Maybe there's something that you don't know, but you're sensing it. Okay. And that could be because of the distant past that I see, where things were very topsy-turvy in your life, and you had to try to like balance and maintain your energy to get through difficulties in life. So now I see the moon energy here. Like I said, something mysterious, something going on without your knowledge, but I feel like you're sensing it, Aries. You could be involved with a female who's a divine feminine, and maybe you're working with her with the moon energy, or maybe, look, these readings are timeless, but there's a full moon every month. So maybe you're working with the full moon energy. We do have a full moon in Capricorn. Like I said, whenever you're watching this video, I'm dating it the 8th, okay? The 8th of July. We do have a full moon in 2 days in Capricorn coming up. Maybe you're deciding to do a cleansing, a clearing, a ritual to clear up what no longer serves you, but there is something hidden. There's something that you're sensing, but you're not sure what it is. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, wow. Well, it's a victory. It's a victory of some sort, something that you're very passionate about, Aries. I see you, receiving accolades, receiving, confirmation of a good job. And it's probably because, I feel like you have the patience and the understanding and the faith to get through difficulties. But it looks like you're coming out of whatever you've been through, whatever is going on, that you don't know all the information. You're sure you're going to receive it. So in the future, you look very triumphant here and victorious. because due to your senses, due to your psychic senses, due to your, just your awareness of things. Let's see what else is going on. Give me one more card before I start clarifying here. Okay, let's see what comes up here. Overall, ooh, beautiful. The Four of Wands in the upright position. How amazing is this? This is a new beginning. Maybe you know what? I feel like a blessing happened to you in the springtime. Aries, this is you. This is all about you here. Okay, something happened in springtime. Maybe you met the love of your life in springtime around your birthday. If your birthday falls around April 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, even if it doesn't, in Aries season, you could be an Aries cusper. You don't have to be. But this is, the Four of Wands speaks of a blessing that comes into your life, whether it's hidden or not, whether you knew about it or not. I feel like for most of you, you've made it through a very rough point in your marriage or your relationship, your long-term partnership with somebody romantic. Okay, and now we have this energy of moving in together, buying a new home, wanting to create a family, wanting to get married, wanting to settle down, whether it's your first, second, or third marriage, it doesn't matter. Maybe you're not getting married, maybe you're doing some type of hand fasting ceremony. That's very beautiful. If you don't know what it is, please Google hand fasting ceremony. It's actually very beautiful. It is a promise of two people to, stay faithful to each other and love and honor each other as husband and wife, but does not necessarily have to be legal. So you could be dealing with something like that. But there was some juggling going on. And I don't feel it was on your part, Aries. I feel it was the other person. But I think right now you're looking for answers, you're searching for answers, and you will find what you need in the future, or you will get what you want because you're walking into this beautiful, blessed situation here. So let's see what this is all about, okay, guys? Why is the Moon card here with the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands? What's going on here for Aries? Wow, the Wounded Healer in reverse. Interesting. Aries, Leo, Sag energy as well. The Nine of Wands in the reverse speaks of not being prepared, not being ready to go into battle, okay? You've been wounded, but you're not yet ready to go into battle, okay? So something has happened in your relationship. Something has happened in your life that threw you off guard. So now you're just seeking some type of divine guidance from spirit, or you're being divinely guided to move forward victoriously with what you know and with what you're able to understand. You probably know better now. Protection is key. I feel like maybe you met somebody when you weren't like planning on meeting anyone, and that's usually how it happens. And now this person wants higher levels of commitment with you, and you were kind of like caught off guard. Maybe you didn't expect your ex to come back, or maybe you didn't expect your current relationship to take a positive turn in a positive direction. Let's see. The World. Oh my God. Okay. Capricorn energy. This definitely speaks of the moon. Okay. This Capricorn full moon. You're feeling this energy already. Okay. I think I started feeling it a few days ago. We're definitely in the energy of this Capricorn full moon. Okay, like I said, it's timeless, but whenever you're listening to this video, it's the right time for you to receive these messages, even if what I said already happened. Okay, the World card speaks of completion. Okay, so what I think happened here, what I'm feeling very strongly here is that you felt like the person that you were with, whether you were with them a long time or not, romantically, okay, you were not sure if this was your ride or die, if this was your forever person. Something might have happened where, there was some type of not knowing if you could trust this person fully, because I feel that you trust yourself, Aries, but something has caught you off guard here. And the person who you're with, maybe they were acting a little shady, or maybe they were juggling you and an ex for a little while, but maybe it's because of the timing that you guys met. Because I see that this person wants very high levels of commitment with you, even though you're not ready. They're willing to, I feel they're willing to really have patience with you here. And ultimately, you will make the right decision, but you're not sure based on something that has happened in the past that you were not prepared to handle. Okay? They might have kept some information from you for a certain reason. Okay? It could have involved another female. Okay? It could have been their ex or their partner that they were dating at that time, but not very seriously. And then when they met you, all of a sudden, boom, they're like, "Wow, there's my person. There's my divine counterpart." It's like a feeling, you know. So let's see what else is going on, because this is definitely a blessed energy here. So the Emperor in reverse. Okay, that's your energy, Aries. If you're a male, okay. So if you are a male Aries, you, and cross watchers, this might be your story too if you're watching for another Aries, because the Emperor in reverse is a lying, cheating, narcissistic man. I'm not saying that they don't marry. I'm not saying that they don't provide, but they will never be faithful unless they come into some awakening. And it's usually after they've paid a lot of karma and they've grown and they've understood, they've gotten that player energy or that narcissist, or the family conditioning of the man does whatever they want type of old-fashioned inherited beliefs that they carry on through the gene, through the family, where all the men, have affairs or cheat or stuff like that. Aries, you could, if you're a masculine Aries, you could be finding yourself being like, you know what, I met the person of my dreams. It happens to be another Aries. It can be that you have Aries in your moon and you're a Cancer sun. Okay, if that's the case, happy birthday. But I feel like Aries, you met your match here. I'm speaking to Aries men right now, because you have a past and you have a reputation of being a cheater, of juggling two relationships beautifully, fluidly at one time. And now whoever you met, this new Aries chick or this new Aries male, depending on your orientation, is not having it. And you're like, finally like, wow, I met somebody that I don't think I would ever want to hurt. I don't think I would ever want to betray. This is huge, Aries men. This is huge. Okay? This is a huge, huge time in your life where you're actually seeing the divine feminine in a new light. That's for my Aries men. Whether you date male men or female, but for the majority of Aries men, you are saying, hey, you know what? I've done wrong. I've done wrong in a lot, but now I met somebody who sees right through my BS and actually kind of find that very alluring and mysterious. So you, Aries men, you could have recently met a very spiritual, ethereal looking female who kind of reads your mind and kind of like can see beyond the veil of illusion. Very spiritual, very, very, she may be a white magic witch, she may be a healer, she may be a diviner, and you're very taken back by her, and you're like, wow, I've never met someone like this before. Now, the reason why you might have been cheating a lot is because you were dating women that were very low vibration. You might have felt like, hey, I like the women that, like, kind of like, baby mama and does, needs this, needs that, so I could feel needed, Aries men. And now you're realizing you were selling yourself short. And now you met this very mysterious, gorgeous female, right? And you're like, wow, I really would love to put down roots with this woman. I'm very intrigued. And I could see that she could probably help me kind of like understand why I've dated so many women that were not right for me, or why I've dated so many men that were not right for me, depending on your orientation. Again, this is a general reading, so swap it up, flip it, reverse it for your situation, okay? Now, for my Aries females, you have come across a man, okay, that probably, this is what I'm picking on, probably you've always dated men, or you always been around men, or maybe in your family lineage, in your family gene, where it was okay for the men to cheat. Okay, it was okay for the men to have affairs, and then get back with their wife or get back with their significant other and just move on and move forward. But you're not about that. So here comes this Emperor in reverse here for you, Aries. And you're like really attracted to this person, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm sensing that this person has a history of being unfaithful. They've been married a few times, they've been engaged a few times. Word on the street is that they, even on their social medias, they're very, some people don't have social media because they're not a social media person. Other people don't have social media because they have too many skeletons in their closet. And I think that's what you have here, Aries females. You have someone who's really very shady because of their past, and you're wondering because they're coming on very strong. They're wanting to take things to the next level because they're very intrigued by you. They're very attracted to you, and they're telling you that they want a strong commitment with you, but you don't know if you can trust them. So the victory lies in whatever it is that you want. Let me get more information here about this moon card energy. Oh, gosh. Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is definitely, okay. This is definitely a third-party situation, Aries, okay? Definitely a third-party situation. This person, this man that you met, goes to the cheating part of town, okay? And that's actually a song by the Eagles, okay? Lion eyes. There ain't no way to hide your lion eyes. Excuse my singing. But this, to me, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, this man travels to you to take you out, to wine you, dine you, all that good stuff, where nobody knows them. Or who, if they know some people, they don't know their situation. They don't know their reputation. Okay? But you're already picking up on this. You're well aware that this man is a cheater. But for whatever reason, your soul feels a connection to this person. Now, is it karmic? Is it twin flame? Is it soulmate? We don't know yet, okay? But there's definitely, maybe they're telling you. You're finding out. With the moon card here, you're finding out. You're sensing that this person lives an hour away, but yet they always come to you and take you out all around over there because that's not anywhere that anyone's going to recognize them too much, okay? Usually once a cheater, always a cheater. We know that saying, right? We know that player never changes his game, whatever all these stupid sayings are. But I truly, strongly believe that when the Emperor in reverse has met his match, his female, his divine feminine, his divine counterpart, that he wants to really stop and grow up, even if they're 70, I don't care, and do the right thing, it could be worth it. Okay, as long as they let you know, or as long as they understand that they're not going to be able to get away with anything with you, doesn't mean they're not going to cheat again. It just means that their intentions for you are not to betray you, or not to cheat on you, but they have a life. Many of these emperors in reverse have double lives. They do. And they live those lives forever with multiple families, multiple wives or multiple husbands, depending on the orientation, okay? And that's how they live their life. Are you okay with that? That's up to you. That is up to you. But this can be somebody that you have unfinished business with from the past, okay? And they're coming back into your life, and you're like, wow, okay, I'm very attracted to this person, but I know that they're not good for me in the long run. They will probably hurt me. They will probably betray me, and they will probably lie to me. But can you be betrayed? Can you be lied to, Aries? Because it looks like you have a lot of power here. You have a lot of power here change the outcome of what this person's promising you. Okay? Now, I mean that in what they're saying, they may truly want to do the right thing by you. Honor the commitment, honor the marriage, honor the whatever the commitment is between the two of you. But you don't know yet. I mean, I think you know, but you don't know. You definitely know about their past. Whether you figured it out on your own or not. But I think you figured it out on your own, and then you put two and two together, and you're like, okay, yeah, now I know. And I feel like you've been asking for signs from Spirit as well, and you've been getting them. So that's what's probably like, wow, since I'm getting signs from Spirit, and since I'm getting this person to tell me about their past and all the stuff that they've been doing, all the stuff that they did, and how they've gone through women, like, you know, whatever, and they were cheated on, they cheated, whatever, but maybe the people that they were dating or marrying or whatever were people that needed them. And because of their low self-esteem, because ego is fear-based, they say, you know, but there's so much about ego that I don't even want to go there. Because they needed to feel needed. So they weren't going for the self-sufficient independent ladies or the self-sufficient independent men. They were going for the ones who needed them. Like I said, like baby mama. I'm not sure if I said that, but I'm saying it now. Baby mama, or someone who doesn't have enough money to make ends meet, someone who needs assistance. That's when the Emperor reverse comes, you know, like the Superman, the S on the chest, coming to the rescue. But yet they're married, right? Or something like that. So let's just see what else goes on here. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, strong sign of Sagittarius. Yeah, their karma is hitting them hard. Okay? Their karma is hitting. This person could also be a Taurus. For my Aries ladies out there, this Emperor reverse can also be a Taurus. I'll give you all the signs I'm getting. I'm getting strong Aries, strong Cancer, strong Sagittarius. I'm getting Aries, I'm getting strong Capricorn energy. So it can be any of these signs, really. But the Wheel of Fortune reverse speaks of bad karma being served. So if this person cheated on you, Aries, this masculine Aries or Taurus man here, this Emperor reverse, if they have cheated on you, okay, that's why you're coming out victorious, because all you wanted was the truth and you got it, okay? And everything that they promised you, they're going to have to eat their words now. They're not getting it back. So let's say you got married to this person. Let's say you were engaged to this person, right? And this person bought you a home or a brand new condo, or moved in with you, or you moved in with them, right? And you put down roots and it was beautiful. And they told you they wanted to, you know, take you off the market, or maybe they actually did take you off the market, right? And you've been sensing that they've been, you know, coming home a little bit later, or leaving the house a little bit earlier, not answering your text messages at all, or maybe not even, you know, like leaving you unread, or just answering you back very quickly. Just weird things, right? You're going to be watching them receive their karma. And that's why you're trotting off victoriously, because everything that they promised you and everything that they gave you now, Spirit is saying, hey, you need to follow through with this. You need to do right by Aries, because they knew what you were about and they got involved with you anyway, giving you the benefit of the doubt, and they didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, Aries. You didn't need this. But now, you know, it's going to be a little, I mean, you are victorious because you're getting, it's like you're gaining knowledge from your intuition. So this whole situation that you've been through with this Emperor reverse was a lesson in your psychic ability and how to read people, how to know the signs, and what you feel like your higher self telling you that something isn't right, or something isn't right. Now, it's going to be different for all of you. You could be the girlfriend of this Emperor reverse, or you could be the wife of the Emperor reverse, or somewhere in the middle, okay? But they come to the cheating part of town to take you out, or they go to the cheating part of town to take somebody else out. For you Aries men, you have met your match here, and you will be facing your karma. I'm sorry, guys. You know, you have to realize you met this female that is a very high frequency female. And the women that you have dated or married or been involved with in the past have been ones that have used you, drained your money, drained your bank account, made you feel so good about yourself. But they weren't, they were using you just as much as you were using them. And now you found someone who's highly intuitive. You'll never be able to cross them in any way. You'll never be able to lie to them in any way. And they're very highly ascended. So if you do hurt them, if you do cross them, boom, karma gets served to you on a platter, Aries men. So what are you going to do? Are you going to look at your life and say, hey, listen, I've made so many mistakes and now I'm getting older and I need to really, if I want to keep this female, I need to do right by her. Are you going to do that? That's a big, huge question you have to ask yourself. Because either way, this chick is going to be fine. She's going to be more than fine. She's an alchemist, okay? She's a gypsy soul. She's been living many lives. She's well sought after. She takes care of herself very well. And she's psychic as hell. So you would never be able to play this female, Aries men. So maybe this is your calling. This is the day of reckoning for you, to hang up that player hat and do the right thing. You know? Just saying. When I want to, it's not okay. I'm not giving you excuses, guys. For the Aries men, the Emperor men who cheat. I'm not giving you excuses. It can be that it was in your family lineage, okay? Where all the men in the family, maybe some women too, okay? They cheated and they always stay with their wives. But that women don't accept that anymore. We don't accept that anymore. And us gay men too. Us gay men too. I'm speaking for the gay community. Love you guys. We don't accept that anymore. A promise is a promise. Whether you put a ring on it or not, a promise is a promise, okay? And if you want to be engaged, if you want to get married, if you want to be my boyfriend or girlfriend or my significant other, my divine counterpart, the same rules apply. No cheating. No flirting. No having conversations. No hitting people up. No taking people out to dinner unless they're your friends for a long time. It's a different situation. Okay, unless you have a great relationship with your ex who you have children with, that's a little different. But no cheating at all. So let's see what else goes on here. Let's see what else goes on here, Aries. You're like, I can't, how do I get out of this? You're back and forth. This person's got you like tripped up. Even though you're coming out victorious, you know what's happening? Their bad karma is kind of like sticking to you a little bit. And you sense like the bad energy and like you feel like, how do I get out of this? Because this person's trying to manipulate, trying to control, trying to not let me see things that I'm supposed to be seeing, that I have every right to know. But I see you moving away from it because they have such bad karma. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy doesn't have to be. Interesting. Very interesting reading here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like my Aries females, you're going to get out of this mess. Okay, Eight of Cups reversed, wishes unfulfilled, but you're still leaving. Their bad karma has caught up to you. You don't know everything, but you're finding things out. And I think you're figuring out it was probably better that we didn't, maybe some of you are saying, maybe it's better that we didn't have a child together. Maybe you wanted to have a child, but it didn't happen. And maybe it was better off that it did because the child might have suffered or something like that, which is a touchy subject. I don't really want to get into it. But I think you know that what you wanted, you had every intention of following through and giving this person the benefit of the doubt, and maybe they're just not ready to be fully honest with themselves. It's not even you, it's with themselves. Queen of Cups reverse. That's definitely your energy, Aries, okay, with the moon here. Because I feel like many of you, maybe you have Cancer moon, Scorpio moon, Pisces moon, something like that, Aries. Like I said, you could be in your rising, but you have water, you're psychic. You are psychic, Aries. I'm reading to psychic Aries females who cannot be played. And this is depressing you, this is hurting you, this is upsetting you, because you gave this man the benefit of the doubt, and he did again what he's promised you he wouldn't do. He did it. But like I said, I feel like whatever they gave you, whatever they promised you, they're still going to have to give to you. So, and you don't, it's not like, you know, that's not making you happy. Okay, I have the house, it's paid in full, but I don't have you. So that doesn't really make me happy. Or, you know, I have the car, I have this, I have that, you know, I get out. That's not what's making you happy. The material possessions that you've gained through the loss is not making you happy, Aries, because you're more about, you know, the heart, what the heart wants, the love, the romance, the commitment, the marriage, the promise. So whatever they had to leave you, it's you're unfulfilled. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but that's not really what you wanted to happen. So, yeah, let's see what else is going on here. But you definitely, like, I feel like what Spirit is saying is that your life is going to look very different in the future. You may decide to take your experience and start like a vlog or a blog or something, or some type of podcast or a YouTube channel, be an influencer. You know, when women get involved with these men who cheat and they promise them someone in the stars, and then you catch them, and then all that stuff they have to go through, and how to get back on track, and how to, and maybe you're just talking about psychic ability, or trust your intuition, work with the moon energy, stuff like that. It's leading you to something greater, but I don't feel like this Emperor reverse is going to let you go. Men watching this, male Aries watching this, I don't feel like you're going to let this female go, okay? Because you know that you're not going to find a woman like this. These kinds of women, these highly ascended, divine feminine women, don't come along a dime a dozen, okay? And there's so much talk about the divine feminine, and everyone wants to be a goddess now. And this person's always been a goddess. She was born a goddess. So, I mean, it's just in her. She's had an altar for 30 years. She's had her psychic ability, her intuition for since she was born. You know, she sees beyond the veil all the time. So this is not somebody who just became a witch. And if she is a witch, she's a good witch. So that's all I gotta say. This is a Lightworkers channel, by the way. 3 more cards. What are you gonna do? Ooh, oh my God, oh my God. Do you see this? Knight of Wands in the reverse came out while I was shuffling. Hang on, Aries females, because you're about to see, I can't believe this. You're about to see with your own eyes, you're about to witness with your own eyes, your person, your Emperor in reverse, cheating on you. The Knight of Wands in reverse. They never stopped. They promised, they tried, they couldn't do. They're weak. They're weak. Okay? Aries men, you're weak. Okay. 2 more cards, Spirit. Three more cards, Spirit, please. Knight of Wands slipped out like that, reverse. That could be, you know, very much about with the moon. That's the nail in the coffin, Aries. that you needed to see. With the Emperor reverse saying, oh, no, no, I haven't been with anybody else. And I promise you, it's over with that person. And I explained to them that I moved on, that I want to only be with you. And I'm in a long-term commitment now, a very serious commitment. Blah, 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 blah. You catch them cheating. Like with their pants down. Caught with the pants down. There's your proof. Some of you are snapshotting it, or some of you are walking into it. It'll be different for all of you. And that's why you're moving on triumphantly with the Six of Wands. Even though you're stuck with their bad energy. You may be stuck with like some of their possessions that you don't want. Their clothes, their TV, their surfboard, whatever. Stuff that you're like, just, this is a bad energy all over because the person's a liar. So let's see what else. The moon reverse. You guys definitely have Cancer or Pisces in your chart. Cross-watcher, this can be you. That you have strong Cancer or Pisces energy, maybe even Scorpio, okay? You have everything you need now. You have your intuition. You have your divine feminine energy. You're fully aligned with the moon energy, okay? And you see everything very clearly. And why this happened, why this had to happen, what kind of lesson this was. And moving forward, you will never forget this, but you're not going to let it, because the moon speaks of healing, okay? You're not going to let it destroy you. You're going to let it elevate you even more, okay? So through this, tragedy, if you want to call it, right? You find yourself. That's priceless. Wow. So interesting, because you're taking this person back, or this could be your person wanting to come back to you, realizing that they made a mistake. I also see this as, if they're involved with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, they're going back to them, even though they know that they're not really in love with them, that they're really in love with you, or so they think that they are. But I think that they are, So interesting. The Empress, wow. Okay, so the Empress. Now this is a complete change here. The Moon reverse, the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and the Empress upright. I have to pull some cards on this, because the Empress upright can also be you now. You could have a very beautiful Libra placement, or Taurus placement, like maybe like in your Venus, right? Because the Empress is a married woman who's very psychic, who's very nurturing, who's very fertile. And she's just salt of the earth. She's very highly, and you have the moon here. So I feel like you're moving on quickly, or you may be staying married to this cheater because you know that they're going to do what they have to do, but you're going to accept them for who they are, but not have that type of relationship with them anymore, okay? And eventually, that by you not doing anything, by you not leaving the relationship, by you not filing for divorce, by you not filing for separation, by you not moving out of the home because they did everything wrong, like I said, they're going to forever be, feeling like they really, one got away type of thing. So this could be where, you stay married until you, meet somebody else, or they meet somebody else until they send you divorce papers, or whatever. But you're owning your promise. You're owning up to your promise. You're not being stupid because you're not entertaining them, because they're going back and forth between you and somebody else like a moron, like a loser. And you're just sitting pretty, saying, I know myself. I'm true to myself. I'm psychic as hell. I'm fertile as hell. I create the life that I want. I have my own money. I don't need you. Go back to these low vibrational little babies, mamas that need you. That's not me. I'm the Empress. Right, Aries? I'm the Empress. The Emperor could have been your everything. They could have had everything with you. They could have had it, and they messed up so bad. I'm going to clarify. Yeah, no more trickery and deception, because you're not allowing them back into your life. And they can't even lie to you anymore. They can't even, so they may be very honest with you that I'm going back to what's her name or what's his name or whatever, okay? Because they need me. And you're like, okay, I don't need you. I'm the Empress. I don't need you. I'm still married to you, but I don't need you. Okay? So, interesting. Yeah, you're just sitting pretty, Aries. You're just sitting pretty, being like, you know what? I was true to myself. I fell in love. I followed my heart. I knew my intuition was telling me not to, but I feel like I had to do this for whatever reason, because there's a silver lining here. There's a very, very silver lining here. And yeah. Wow. There they go. They leave. You finally leave when you're ready to go, Aries. Yeah. They go this way, you go that way, and you're still the Empress. So eventually, I feel like you meet somebody else, okay? And you leave, and you leave with your dignity, your self-respect, and your psychic ability. And that is, wow. Knowing that they'll never, ever change. Knowing that third-party situations all over the place. You're leaving because you have proof that they cheated over and over and over again with randoms, okay, after what they promised you. So you are still the Empress, my darling. And you will always be the Empress. And you will always be the one that got away from this Emperor in reverse. Always. Wow. Okay, let's do one. Let's read Nature's Whispers Oracle card. Very interesting reading. You got to tell me, if you're seeing someone else or what's going on between you and the Emperor in reverse, with you guys to like stay friends and, for the kids' sake or whatever, for the family's sake. Because I know that the Empress in reverse, upright, I'm sorry, she forgives. She doesn't have to forgive you to your face, but she forgives because she's gained so much knowledge and wisdom and power by living in her integrity. So, Aries men, this is the one that got away. And, it looked very promising for me at one point in this reading, but now I get to see that Aries men, you're never going to change. Crosswatcher, maybe this is your situation. Let me know in the comments. This could be your situation, on either side. Okay? Okay, let's see what message comes from my spirit guides, my beautiful fiery little Aries that have been so much, but have gained so much wisdom and knowledge and creativity and abundance. Fresh approach. Wow. This has really changed your view of yourself, of the world, of the universe, everything. Number 21, that may be significant to you. Number 21, 2 and 1 is 3. So number 3 can also be significant to you. Fresh approach. Let's see. Fresh approach. Okay, let me read you the message. Page number 38. That might be significant to you also. 3 plus 8 is 12, so number 12. So we have number 21, we have number 12, we have number 38, and we have number 3. Okay? Time to step out of the box and an old way of doing things. You are being challenged to try something new. Look at how to create magic in your world. Create with intention of fulfilling your life with joy and happiness. Achieve your desires while experimenting with new activities. You always have options. Don't feel limited. Even when you aren't in motion, you are making a choice. You are being prodded to make a decision now. Don't worry about not making the right one. Every mistake brings us lessons and opportunities. Oh my gosh, Aries, that really resonates with the reading, doesn't it? The amount you can learn is immeasurable. Base your choice on love, which you did, right? And it's gotten you to this beautiful place, even though the hurt and betrayal, right? Because you know better. Base your choice on love and the best option for you. Imagine that falling is not part of any of your choices. What will you choose? Oh my gosh, Aries, this is a beautiful reading. I know it stinks, and I know that we get involved with the wrong people sometimes, and it's always a lesson. There's always a blessing after the lesson, and they're paying their karma. They probably want you back. They'll probably always, uh, wonder what it would have been like. I don't know if you're going to choose in the future to forgive them or not, or get back with them or not, but it looks great basically right now how I feel, and what Spirit is telling me is that you stay married until it's time to not, and then you finally move on when it's time to not move on, when it's time to go, okay? And then your life is still blessed, and you're still the Empress, whether you have the Emperor by your side or not. And I think for many of you, you're just like, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to be one of those women who accepted the fact that, this person feels that they can be with multiple partners when I'm staying faithful to them. So I feel like you're just like, no, I'm going to walk out with my hand held high, my head held high, with my dignity, my respect, and my psychic ability, and my divine feminine energy, and I will go elsewhere, and I will make it work for myself, because I don't need to be cheated on. And I think that the Emperor in reverse will forever have a special place in their heart for you, whatever you decide to do. And that's the way it goes. I'm wishing you so much love, light, and unexpected blessings. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.